Hey guys, happy first Monday of 2019. I don't know what this look is today, but I think I'm liking it. I've decided that this 6 months to Sarah thing is obviously going to take more than 6 months. Let's be realistic. So when I did the whole 6 months to Sarah thing, it's a catchy hashtag. It kind of stuck. And I did start a lot of things like the ball rolling on my mental change, but I clearly and quickly realized that 6 months is not enough to change your entire life. But I needed something drastic to even get my mind in the capacity of thinking that I could change. When I have my official 6-month anniversary, which I think is February 2nd, I will do a whole 6-month recap on what exactly I've done, what I've learned, what I failed at miserably, what I haven't learned, what I still need to do. I have a new idea for my next project, and it's gonna be 6 months to a husband. No, I'm just kidding, sort of. It's along that line, but we'll get to that later. Today I just wanted to talk to you about disappointment and rejection and all the things that you think are holding you back, what it does to you and how to move forward. This is why there's an edit button. To give you a little quick update, if you watched the last video on New Year's Eve about the guy that was really mean to me, called me stupid, holiday party, he actually came up to me and apologized very sincerely and said he was just being a jerk, and it was like a sincere apology, and I accepted it and I've moved forward. And I really do think that sometimes people just have jerk moments. It doesn't necessarily mean they're a jerk or they're an a-hole or whatever. But even if they are, that really shouldn't affect you and how you see your life. And it also shouldn't affect how you interact with that person, because at the end of the day, you're not giving your power to somebody. Hi. And then you're going to go play. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, give me a kiss. All right, go play. I really wanted to talk to you about rejection, things not working out, and what you do when you fail or you didn't follow a goal that you said you were going to do, and how to recover from it quickly. Because I think if anything this has taught me, it's that nobody obviously is perfect, and I'm going to mess up even goals I set for myself, but there could be a quicker turnover than before, where I would mess up and then go on a downward spiral and think that I've already messed up, so I might as well just continue to mess up until I'm in kind of a depression, and then I start all over again. It's kind of like I always compare to drugs or alcohol or any addiction. If you have an addiction with something, or if something is tripping you up constantly, what is our go-to? Like, so for instance, my addiction or my drug of choice is men. And I don't mean that in like a sexual way. I just mean I tend to get my validation a lot from men. And when they reject me, or when they don't give me the response that I'd hoped for, it tends to make me question my self-esteem or my self-worth, and that is clearly not healthy, and that is something I've been working on for the past 5 months, and something that I'm super aware of now, so that my turnover is quicker even if I fall into the same trap. If I was dating someone and they had ghosted me, rejected me, you know, whatever it may be, I would turn that into an obsession, and where I would question what was wrong with me, and why did it happen, and I need to know, and I need to find out, and it's like a sickness, because for some reason that rejection defined my self-worth. And really, I read something today that said rejection is just someone's opinion. It really is just not anyone's responsibility to love you, to be with you, to care for you, to continue to date you. And a lot of times I took a romantic rejection as me not being good enough, or me not being pretty enough, or me not having a good enough body, and I still struggle with that a lot. As soon as a guy rejects me, I think, well, it's because I'm not attractive enough, or they found somebody else attractive, when really it could be so many things. And it's really, unless you're like in a serious relationship with someone, if you went on a couple dates with someone and they end up rejecting you, like, you really don't need closure or an answer. Like, they don't owe you that. If they give it to you, it's nice, but nobody really owes you to tell you why they've decided not to continue to date you. And it's up to us as women or men or whoever to take the power back and just say, you know what, that's their opinion of this situation. We don't agree. Maybe I'd like to continue to date this person, maybe they wouldn't, but it's not going to define my self-worth self-worth. It's not going to define how I see myself. In this new year, I've really decided that I'm going to date with a purpose. I know I talked about giving up dating for 6 months. It kind of worked out. It kind of didn't. I did have a few months where I got really real with myself and realized my triggers and what I'm going after. And I made some horrible mistakes. I'm not going to lie to you. And I got distracted by a couple boys who I wasn't supposed to be distracted by. And, a lot of the times when I would do that, I would beat myself up and I would say, well, you can't even finish this goal, Sarah. How you gonna? And that would be the negative self-talk. And I would just tell myself that, because I've been distracted or because I didn't follow through exactly what I said I was going to do, I don't deserve to be happy. I don't deserve to be in a good relationship. I don't deserve to meet the right guy because I can't have any self-control. And honestly, that's BS. We should learn to have self-control when it comes to dating, when it comes to choosing the right people in our lives. But we also, if we fall down, if we make a mistake, the turnover is really important. So here's the thing. I'm going to relate this all to dating because this is something I'm going to talk about more in the new year is kind of relationships and men and our dynamics with each other, because it tends to be what I talk about anyway. So mine's will focus on it so that maybe I can teach myself something and people that are watching, because listen, there's a lot of single people out there. There's a lot of married people out there. There's a lot of people in relationships, but I think we all have a common struggle, and it is relationships, whether it be friendships, marriages, boyfriend, girlfriend, date, whatever. I think it's a struggle for all of us to understand each other. And in this 2019, I really have decided that if I'm going to date, I'm going to date with a purpose. Almost I don't want to compare it to a job, but I really kind of have to take it more seriously. And if you're dating just to have fun, that's fine. If you're just wanting to have fun, you're not looking for anything serious, you're not looking for a partner or potential husband or wife, okay, then you can have fun. But if you're actually looking for something meaningful, withstanding maybe a potential companion for the rest of your life, you need to have a purpose in why you're doing it. And if you fall into the traps of the wrong people, make sure that you learn from it, you kind of reflect on it, but then you turn it around quickly, because if you get stuck on the wrong person for a long time, it can really, really mess you up for meeting the right person. And someone at work told me to not pray for the husband that I want, but pray for the husband I need. And that is powerful, because sometimes we think we want something, we have it all written down. I want a guy that's 6'4", who has muscles, makes, 6 figures a year, whatever it may be. We all have something in our mind, and there's nothing wrong with putting it out there and what you want. But at the end of the day, we want a best friend that we can spend our lives with. Obviously attraction and all of that is important, and I want that, but I really have decided to take a new approach on what I'm going to be looking for in a man. And it's not going to be something that I've written down on paper. It's going to be, who is the person that is good for me? Who is the person that I will be good for? Who can I see spending my life with? And I'm going to look at the new year as potential to meet my future husband. I'm going to start speaking that into existence. If you feel like you're kind of just stumbling around dating, or you're not really dating with a purpose, and maybe you think that you're the kind of person who just likes to have fun, but deep in your heart and your soul, you know that you want a true connection with somebody, and maybe you're the kind of person who gets very physical with somebody too soon because that makes you feel connected. Sometimes I do that. I'm not lying to you right now. But you know that that's not what you want. You need to really think about it in a different way. You're wasting your time. If you're looking for a job, I'm going to use this as an analogy. If you're looking for a job to be an engineer, but all you do is apply to nursing or to hospitals, you're not ever going to find your fit because you're applying at the wrong places. And that's kind of how we have to look at dating if we're serious about finding something serious, which is what I am. So today's lesson, in a nutshell of rants and kind of going off all over the place, is if you want to date, be honest with what you want. Be true about your intentions with the other person and yourself. If you see red flags right away, take that into consideration and think about the time that you're wasting. I'm going to be 38 in April. I really don't feel like wasting my time. That being said, you don't want to scare people with saying, hey, I'm looking for my husband, and you know what? I'm ready right now. No, but also don't waste your time. But secondly, if you do waste your time, or if you have wasted your time, or if you fell into a trap, or you've gotten into a situation with somebody that you know you shouldn't be in, get out of it. That's my first advice. Get out of it, because I've wasted so much time being in the wrong situation. And B, you know, take a day or two, depending on how long the situation was, or maybe a week if it was months long, and really reflect on why you did it and what you're going to do better going to the next situation. Do not dwell, do not beat yourself up. I mean, it's good to reflect and to feel bad, maybe to feel a little guilty, so it stops us from doing something else. But don't sit in that, because when you sit in your guilt, you tend to continue to make the same bad decisions over and over. You have to act like a wife if you want to be a wife, and that's, or a husband, or I don't think many dudes watch this, so I'm really talking to, I mean, if you do, hey guys, I care about you too, but I'm whatever, I don't even know. I know my sister watches it. Hello, sister. If you've messed up or if you've made mistakes, don't dwell in it, don't sit in it, just take a lesson, move on. I will see you next week with a new topic. Please feel free to share with me anything you want to share. I love when you guys comment on my videos. Follow my social media on Instagram. It's 6 months to Sarah, on Facebook as well. Most of my stuff is on Instagram. I really appreciate anyone who takes the time to listen to these videos. It means the world to me, and it's what pushes me to keep going. So have a blessed week, and I will see you soon.